My name is Nuri and I'm from Turkey originally, and it's been about 11 years in US that I'm here. Yeah, so currently I'm doing like digital painting, digital illustration. It's very abstract, but I do like visual storytelling. I like children's books personally, and sometimes I go outside and do plein air paintings and portraits. So I did illustration MFA, and I knew that that's something what I wanted to do as far as the medium of my art. And then after school, I start working in animation industry. So I'm doing cartoons, mainly background paintings for animation, and yeah. Before Vanlife, I was in an office doing like 9 to 6 for so many years, and then even though I enjoyed my job, I was doing a cartoon animation, and that was something very exciting to me and still. But like looking at those like cold gray walls and being like you're also sitting because of I was doing digital work, so I was sitting by my computer all the time. So it's like there's certain, even though the content of what you do is very creative and colorful, but just the physical realm of everything was very draining. And if you keep doing that every day, it became like so boring, and like it just like takes away your creative spirit, even though your job is creativity. So one day I was like, while working, painting stuff on my computer at work, I saw this couple that they were two artists, young, artists like me, and they were like, they built a van and they converted into, their camper, and they have their art supplies and everything, so they could just travel. I was like, I can maybe just make myself a van instead of like, because before that I didn't think I could build one, and then that sparked an idea to me, and I told to my ex at the time, I said, hey, this is, I saw this, and what do you think about it? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. She was like more excited than I was, and then that I got into Vanlife in that sense, and then we start doing all that research and everything, and finding a van was a big, big portion of it. We couldn't find van for about a year, and our budget wasn't, we didn't have a lot of money to invest, but like that's how I got into Vanlife, like that mundaneness of life, and like my spirit was kind of dying just being in one place for a long time. But as soon as I got into Vanlife, there is this sense of now the world is mine. Like I can be anywhere that the land is allowing me, and I can just drive, and if I don't like a place, I can just change it, and then it's like a world is my canvas. So I pick wherever I want to spend the night and wake up to. So, welcome to my van. I want to show you some really interesting stuff like that I think is, very unique. Before you enter, the port has a entryway. I turned that into like a drainer area. I put a stainless steel pan, and then here is my shower. The way it works is you just take this, hook into this area over here, and then put this that way, and then you just take this all the way up and hook it to the hooks on top, and you just like do your shower, and once it's dry and you're like you're done, and just put it back in. Yeah, and then before you enter, there is like a fridge over here that to me is crucial, because sometimes I go off grid for a week or couple or sometimes 3. So it's important to have your beers and your eggs and all your small groceries. Um, I like cooking, but you know, some people really love cooking, so they have bigger stove at propane or something. But mine is electric, and it's usually is enough for me to get all I need. The other thing that is, you know, I like to not break my work too much, so I have a composting toilet here. So the way it works is it's just, you know, you open it up and do your thing, and just, you know, once you're done, cover it up. So I also wanted a lot of light, so I added windows as much as I could. Of course the side windows are important, but I think the biggest feature for me, I needed some light, and so I added a skylight here. I make my bed like, then I put everything and put the back of the bed and like the cushions. So if I sleep this way, I could just look up the sky and then see the stars. To me, that's important. I think the other unique feature that is very personal is the way I work. So I do digital painting. So, and basically this is my screen, and it's on a swivel arm, so I can move it. I can stand up and work if I want, but usually the way I work is I get all these pillows to the back, because you need like a very comfortable back support. And then pull this in, and then you know, you get your pen and just start working. I usually play some music in the back, and that's basically if I'm working during the day, that's my setup. The roof deck is I have flexible solar panels, and it's on a deck that I built, so I can just go walk on it and also sleep there if I want to. So I think that's to me is a very unique feature, because not only you're like having this inside space, but you also have a little patio in the top of the roof. And another thing I do when I take my iPad, and that's sometimes how I paint being in the nature, I just like take my iPad and just sit up there and just like watch the sunset and paint it. The hardest part is to let go, because Vanlife for me, I like to have a flow of travel and just keep moving and keep experiencing and exploring new places, and not necessarily the places I go and connection I built is like they're gone when I leave, but it's just like sometimes you build such a strong connection with this place, with the culture there or the people. You have to let go, and so start the new one, because that's kind of the journey to me, until you're bored of it, of course. But like I would say that is a very tough part. Like that's more like a romantic part of the journey. Like I like the food, I like this restaurant very much, I don't know if I'm gonna find the good food there, but then life is surprisingly amazing. You will find even better ones as you keep moving. Like I never felt scared when I was starting Vanlife, because I just knew it. This is it. And when I'm passionate about something, I go all the way. I'm very like I become like obsessed with it and research. I did a lot of sketches of like how I want the van. Of course, it changes when you put in reality. I didn't have any skills to like build anything when it comes to van life. I was like checking YouTube every day, like looking at different aesthetics of vans and looking at their process of how they have done it. And so I say that, like, I mean, as far as, so if some people really like have the money, they just buy a already converted van. Some people do it themselves, and for me, for many reasons, budget was one thing, but for me it was very important for me to build my own van, because I wanted to know what's going on. And like, I don't know, like if someone has built a van and there's cables running, the pipes, or like, you know, hoses passing by or whatever, it's just like, you don't know what you're gonna, if there's a problem or if there's something happens, you don't know how to fix it. electrical is one part for me that I wanted to have enough source of everything because I'm running my computers all the time. So then I'm like just researching, like reading reviews, what products they're using, how their experience, and are they happy afterwards, because you can see also some of the people's process of years later. So then I'm like, I think I wanted enough to live this lifestyle, so I learned those skills as I was building mine. I like, this is my second van, and I'm probably gonna make another one and another third one or fourth one, just because it's like anytime you make one van and you just like, oh, I could do this, you start building, like getting new ideas, and then building like better van for you. Your needs start changing. For example, I want to add like eventually have surfboards, because I want to get into that for sure. Kayaking, probably start with inflatable ones, just there take less space, but then build up like bikes. Like I want to do like more like bicycles, like mountain biking maybe, but if not, just a regular city biking. And you just build get more skill sets that you wanna like keep doing. So just keep adding up. But I think it's just like most people might be scared of building a van. For those people, I know that if I have done it, anyone can do it. I'm saying because I called my mom one day after I finished the first van. I sent her some photographs. She's in Turkey, and like she saw all those photos, and she's like, my son, you don't even know how to hammer a nail. Like I actually didn't use any nail anyway, like I mean the hammer nails. Just a lot of power tools for sure, but it's so funny, like my mom was like, you don't have any of those skills, you're very like unskilled when it comes to these kind of things. But that proves me that if I could do it, anyone can really do it.